Hey everybody, it's Ramona Remisat again, and welcome to another Takeaway Tip Tuesday. How are you? I hope you are staying warm and enjoying December so far, not too much stress. Over here, we are warming up. If you recall the last couple of Takeaway Tip Tuesdays, it's been quite an Arctic scenario here in Calgary. Now we're hovering under -20, so -17, -18, but we do still have a nasty wind chill. So, it's not balmy, but it's better. So today's Takeaway Tip Tuesday is something you may have heard from me before, but it bears repeating because we are coming up on a new year when most people have this natural inclination to get into forward momentum, to start something new, to really, they have this energy of let's go. And something that is coming up very shortly can slow you down. So I want to talk about that today. I'm just going to give a minute in case a couple of people are joining in. If you're there, give me a shout out, send me a thumbs up or hearts, or you can comment in the comment box and let me know. And don't forget, this is interactive, so you can comment as I go through this. So again, if you're new to me, maybe this is your very first Takeaway Tip Tuesday, so welcome. And I am Ramona Remisat. I'm an intuitive coach. I teach women entrepreneurs how to master their mindset and their inner CEO so that they can stay in the game to win it and make more money doing what they love. And I'm here every Tuesday sharing some tips, tricks, and techniques to help you in those areas of mastering your mindset and your intuition. Now today is, I want to talk a little bit about the mindset as we head into a new year, because Monday, December the 19th, is the start of another Mercury retrograde period. Now, some of you have heard of this term, some of you may not know what the heck I am talking about, so I want to just give a quick explanation as to what that is. So Mercury retrograde is something that happens about 3 to 4 times every year, and it's a period that lasts about 3 weeks, and it's when the planet Mercury appears to slow down, stop, and spin in the opposite direction. Now, of course, it doesn't actually do that, but that's sort of how it appears from our vantage point here on Earth. And because Mercury is the planet that rules communication, the period of Mercury retrograde can tend to be where you see a lot of troubles and disturbances happening with things like communication, transportation, sort of wires get crossed, technology can go haywire, and all of those kinds of things. Any kind of travel plans can kind of go awry, those sorts of things. Now, the problem is a lot of people, or more and more people, are learning about Mercury retrograde, but then what happens is as they get into that period, their mindset is, uh-oh, here it comes again, and they kind of set themselves up for, like I said, things kind of going awry or going a little bit nutty. And you don't want this period to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So in order to prevent that, it's okay to have an awareness around it, but again, you don't want to, sort of be on edge and just waiting for something to go, haywire and screwed up. Now, why I wanted to talk about this today especially is because, like I said, it's starting on Monday, December the 19th. It will be here for about 3 weeks, so it's going to carry over into the start of the new year. And what a lot of people do, like I said, is they want to get going in the new year. They want to start. They're like gung-ho. They're ready to charge out of the gates, and yet they're coming up against Mercury retrograde at the same time, which is not the time to be starting new things. It's typically not a great time to be signing contracts or, really, putting new stuff out in the world. So what do you do then? You've got this excitement, you have like this feeling of momentum, you want to be doing stuff, but yet you're coming up against this sort of, not a good time to be doing that. So I want to share with you some things you can be doing that are actually good things to be doing when it is a Mercury retrograde. So if you're there, if you're joining in, give me a shout out, let me know who's there. And as I said, this is interactive. You can ask questions, you can let me know if this is making sense to you guys, okay? So first thing you can do is research. this is a great time to be looking into things, checking things out, especially if you have some really cool projects or goals that you want to attain in the new year. This is the time to do a little bit of that back end work, checking into things, that sort of stuff. So that is something definitely that is great to be doing during a period of Mercury retrograde. Another great thing to do is to back things up, because like I said, there is a tendency for, technology to go a little bit crazy during a Mercury retrograde. It's actually documented now. They do see a lot more computer crashes and things of that nature happening. Now, again, you don't want to get into the mindset of determining ahead of time that this is going to happen to you, right? You don't want to make it a self-fulfilling prophecy, but you may want to take some precautions there. So checking and making sure that all of your important files are backed up or saved somewhere that, if something did happen, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, so that's something else that you can do. Another thing that you can do is anything that really starts with RE. So research, like I said before, revisit, renew something, rejuvenate, reconnect. All of those things are great things to be doing during a retrograde. As I said, maybe not the time to be starting something new, but going back, revisit, revise, right? If there's something that has been on the back burner for a while, maybe it's time to go back to those things. Okay, so that's something else that you can do. And I mentioned, reconnecting. So go back to maybe some people you haven't talked to in a while, maybe friends or colleagues. Who can you reconnect with, reach out to, and have a chat? Maybe there's an opportunity for you to be working together in 2017, or for you to refer business back and forth, or, just touch base, circle back with them, see what's new. You never know how, the right people get put in front of you at the right time for the right reasons, right? So, and especially do this if you've already been thinking about somebody, if they've been in your mind, or, all of a sudden their name popped up out of nowhere. Definitely then that's sort of that little nudge that you want to reach out to them. And then finally, just be on the lookout during this period of Mercury retrograde. I call it lost and found, because there is a tendency to lose items during a Mercury retrograde, but there's also this tendency that they magically appear. Maybe you've lost an item and you thought it was gone forever, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, there's that such and such that I lost, and you find it again. And you find it in a place that you swore you looked a jillion times, but for whatever reason now it's there. So keep that in mind, especially if you are traveling during this period. Be uber aware of your belongings. Don't put a bag down and walk off and, forget that your bag is there. And because Mercury retrograde does impact transportation and communication, if you are traveling, have printed out confirmations of everything. Do not rely on keeping it in your phone or having it in a way that's, technology based. Print out your boarding passes, print out your hotel confirmations and rental car confirmations and all of that stuff. Have that with you and know where it is. Better safe than sorry, right? And sometimes doing it that way, the old way is not a bad thing, to always have that paper backup. Okay, so like I said, I just really wanted to bring this to people's awareness, because as we do get into the new year, there is that urge or that tendency to want to really go for it, like start new, fresh starts, especially because 2017 is going to be the start of a new 9-year cycle. So it's a 1 year in numerology. It's all about let's get going, let's create a whole new new pathway, fresh slate, all of that. And that energy has people like already wanting to almost be starting now. And with the retrograde starting on Monday, like I said, it's not a great time to be, doing that new stuff, but there are some great things that you can be doing. So quick recap, back things up, especially anything related to technology, any RE stuff, renew, rejuvenate yourself, revisit certain things. It's also a great time to research or go back and do some back-end stuff, right? Check into things. Reconnect. Talk to some former friends, colleagues, people that you might be intuitively having a nudge to reach out to, especially in this year. This can be a really difficult time of year for people emotionally. So think of who maybe you could reach out to and offer, a kindness of some kind, right, to those people. And like I said, be on the lookout for lost items that, suddenly appear, and be just extra vigilant that you don't lose something right now. Be really mindful about, that kind of stuff, especially if you're busy, you're hurry-scurry, you're in the mall, you put a bag down, you walk away, you forget, really be paying attention to what's going on. So that's the tip for this Takeaway Tip Tuesday. Embrace retrograde. It doesn't have to be this negative thing that people kind of have an association with now. Yes, you want to be aware, but again, you don't want to make it such in the forefront of your mind that it becomes sort of this self-fulfilling prophecy, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I hope this is making sense to you guys. I hope it's helpful. I want to quickly let you know another great way to plan and prepare for the new year is with a 2017 forecast reading. If you've never had this done before, I'll just quickly explain what it is. Basically, I work with some angel cards. I draw 12 cards. Each card represents a month of the new year, and I'm going to share with you the messages that come up for each month so that you'll know what you need to focus on, pay attention to, what might be coming up. If there's a big theme that's really strong for you to know about in the new year, you'll maybe get a sense of timing on things. When is a great time to launch something new or do something? When might be a time to pull back? So it is such an amazing planning tool. It's a great overlay for any other kind of planning that you're doing, whether it be business planning or planning your life in general, maybe planning vacations, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of having a very bird's eye view of other things that you may need to consider in the new year that you hadn't actually thought of. So I've been doing them since I was 17. When I started my business, I wasn't sure, should I bring this into the business, shouldn't I? But I did, and everybody loved it. And every year that I've been offering these, people have been, just going crazy, and my calendar gets filled quicker and quicker and quicker. So if it's something you're interested in, I will put a link below where you can go to book it, get it on your calendar. I'll be doing them now through to the end of January. And it doesn't matter where you live. I can do them by Skype, by phone, or if you are local, we can do it face-to-face. And it's $125, which is a really great deal, especially because I'm including 3 bonuses. So on top of the reading, you're going to also get a guidebook called Is It All in My Head? That really helps you to distinguish between real, sort of that intuitive guidance you might be picking up on, or could it be your imagination, and how to really differentiate that. The other thing is a great tip sheet. That's my top 10 success habits to really make your year a success. And you could pick and choose different things on that list, give it a try for about a month till you've really mastered it, and then move on to something else. But these are things that I do, that I share with my private clients, that are really awesome success habits. And then finally, you'll also get a 20-minute complimentary mindset makeover session with me. We'll get on the phone, we'll chat about maybe what didn't go so well for you this year, and really strategize and plan for what could work better instead in 2017. So again, you get the reading, that's about an hour. You're going to get all 3 bonuses. It's $125, and a great way to really go into the year with everything you need to make it a success, so that you can feel fulfilled, that you can reach your goals, that you get to next December feeling like, yeah, this year was awesome, rather than feeling maybe disappointed or sad or angry because you didn't quite meet the mark. Okay, so if you have any questions on that, you can post below. I will come back and I will answer every question directly. And like I said, I'll also post the link there if you want to get this on your calendar. And if you have anybody that you're still not sure what to get them for Christmas, this makes an awesome gift. It's really unique. It's really personal. It's directly related to them. And, you don't have to go to the mall to get it. Yay. All right, guys. So I will leave you with that. And post below, like I said, let me know if this was helpful. If you have questions, you don't really understand this whole Mercury retrograde thing, happy to answer your questions. And I hope you'll join me next Tuesday back here again for another Takeaway Tip Tuesday. Till then, stay warm and enjoy.